How's it going, my fellow N-words? Hope you're all doing well, and today we're going to be making a different type of video today, alright? I'm not going to be, talking about a creator or anything like that, alright? Today, this video is going to be a storytime video, alright? I got the idea from Turkey Tom to make these in his second channel. You guys know Turkey Tom, right? The guy the internet historian famously called a dick in a now deleted video.
This video isn't even close to being done, you fat mom! One of the series
Hold on. We can't let that lie. He called you a fat mom.
Well, he called me handsome before sarcastically.
What the fuck? What a dick.
Oh, anyways, yeah, these just seemed like a fun idea, so I figured, I might as well give them a try. Along with it being fun, I also want to be able to get videos out in between, my long videos I make on creators, because I do feel kind of bad when it takes me a while to, make a video and stuff like that, so yeah, I figured I might as well try this. Now, before I go any further into the video, I actually have a couple of announcements to make, that being, for one, I have a Discord now, so if you want to join that, link will be in the description. And two, I also have a Patreon now, so if you want to go donate to that, then I'll also have a link to that in the description. Also, if you're new to the channel and you like my content, then make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, so that way you don't have to miss out on more me. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's just jump straight into this. So I don't know if you guys know this, but recently I just graduated high school. And I just gotta say, one of the things I'm probably gonna miss the most about high school is that I won't be able to see the fucked up shit people do to the bathrooms anymore, because my god, was that some of the funniest shit throughout those 4 years of absolute hell, because the things people would do to those bathrooms, my god, it was amazing. So my first story takes place when I was in 10th grade, and back in 10th grade, I was taking my second year of Spanish, because in order to graduate my high school, you had to take 2 years of a foreign language, and when it came to the teacher I had for Spanish, a lot of people did not like her because, well, for two reasons. For one, she was very loud, even in the mornings. Like, on the occasion where I was late to my first hour, I would sometimes hear her across the hall saying, "Hola, señor," or fucking, I don't know, whatever Spanish shit you want to put in. But yeah, I could hear her all the way from my locker, and let's just say my locker was from a distance where I shouldn't be able to hear her greet the class. And two, for almost every single subject we had to learn in her class, we always had to do a project for that subject, where we would either have to work in a group and present to the teacher, work in a group and present to the class, or work by yourself and present to the class. It was always involving some form of presentation of the class or teacher or whatever. Like, it always just involved a presentation, essentially. And yeah, essentially because of those two things, she wasn't really liked by anybody. And due to not being liked by anybody, a lot of people would always try to mess with her in some way. Like, usually people would just do this by throwing pencils into the ceiling to get them stuck, or attaching stuff with tape to things that were attached to the ceiling for decoration, that type of thing. However, for a majority of the people who would mess with her, they would always leave something in there and not take anything. However, this one person was so mad at this teacher that he decided to take something out of her class. And the thing he took out of her class was a pinata. Now, to this day, I still don't know how they were able to sneak that pinata out of her classroom, because here's the thing about my school, is that you weren't allowed to, carry backpacks in the class because they thought you were gonna hide a gun in there or something, but you were allowed to have backpacks that were clear, mesh, or just a drawstring bag. And heck, the drawstring bag didn't even need to be clear or mesh, even though for, you could easily hide a gun in the drawstring bag. Yet you still can't have a backpack for some reason. I never understood that. So how was this guy able to carry it out? Obviously he couldn't just, carry it out and go hey, I'm just gonna borrow this for a bit, or, put the freaking pinata in the, backpack you were allowed to have, because the teacher would be able to see the pinata in the backpack. And if he were to try and carry it out in the drawstring bag would be too small and you'd be able to see the outline of the pinata. Also, he couldn't have snuck into the class after class was over, because the teachers would stay there until 5 or something. And honestly, who would want to stay in a school until 5? That sounds like one of the worst things you could do with your free time. Or he couldn't sneak in before the teacher got in, because the classrooms were always locked. In fact, I remember having to wait outside of my classroom for 30 minutes because my fucking teacher didn't show up. It just perplexes me how this dude was able to steal this pinata out of our class. Now, the dude didn't go that far with the pinata. In fact, he didn't even take the pinata home. What he decided to do with this pinata was he decided to put it in the urinal of the boys' bathroom on the first floor. And I remember having to go to the bathroom, and I walked in to see this pinata just staring at me right when I had to take a piss. And I knew this pinata came from her class because I remember seeing it every time I had to give a presentation in her class. And I wanted to pee on that thing so bad because I didn't like that fucking teacher at all. However, I didn't pee on it, even though a lot of people did pee on it. And I just went to the urinal right next to it. So, yeah, essentially, this one dude put a pinata in the urinal when I was in 10th grade. However, unfortunately, the next day, the pinata was gone, and it wasn't in her class either because, well, she definitely threw it away because who would want a piss-soaked pinata? Anyways, moving on to the next story, and this happened when I was in 11th grade during the winter. However, I wasn't here on this day because I think I honestly just skipped school that day. However, I do know what happened because I remembered everybody talking about it, and some of my friends even told me about it on Snapchat, and basically what happened was everybody was dismissed during the third hour because the building was having some issues. Now, nobody knew what these issues were at the time with the building until, like, my friend basically got a text from this dude who was in our grade, and what this dude decided to do was he decided to take a bunch of rocks and flush them down the toilet. And after he flushed them, apparently what happened was the water in the toilet just started rising and rising, and it started flooding the bathroom, and it wouldn't stop. Hell, there was so much water coming out of that toilet to the point where there was water in like the hallway outside of the bathroom from the toilet, and because it was from the toilet, it made the hallway smell like shit for weeks. And I remember because my first hour class was right next to the hallway where that bathroom was, and I had to walk in that hallway every day just to get to class. So yeah, I had to smell shit every day and walk through the valley of death just to get to fucking first hour. And my god, that was probably one of the worst months. However, I do have to say that it was also probably one of the best months because, I mean, come on, a kid got the school shut down by flushing rocks down the toilet. However, that's not where the story ends because apparently the next day, everybody heard about how this kid was able to get the school shut down by flushing rocks down the toilet. So I'm guessing there was like these group of kids who decided to get inspired by this guy's example, and they decided to just go to all the boys' bathrooms, and they were able to get them all shut down by flushing a bunch of random stuff they found down the toilets, and because of that, all the boys' bathrooms were shut down for the day. However, they weren't able to flood the bathrooms. Like, they were able to get some water on the floor of the bathroom, however, they weren't able to get the water to come out non-stop like the one kid did with the rocks. I think the reason why they weren't able to get the bathroom shut down was because I think like the weather made it so like there were certain conditions where the pipes were able to get so fucked up the school could flood after flushing rocks down the toilet. That's how someone explained it to me. However, I don't really remember that much from it because this was like from 2 years ago. But anyways, yeah, so because they didn't have like the proper conditions, they just basically clogged all the toilets with random stuff and got all the boys' bathrooms shut down. And still to this day, those items they used to get all the boys' bathrooms shut down are engraved into my mind because they used items such as paint, rolls of toilet paper, cans of beans, cups, fly swatters, and finally, this was one of the only items I was able to get a video of them flushing down the toilets that day, that being bowls. It's just marvelous. All jokes aside though, this is just straight up vandalism, but it's just fucking more hilarious honestly than it is. Actually no, it's bad. It's just straight up bad. It's not more funny than it is bad. It's just bad. Now these kids were eventually caught because there were obviously cameras that were able to catch them, and I don't know what happened to them. So yeah, and that's pretty much all that happened. I don't really know how to end this segment. Anyways, yeah, guys. Alright, that's all I got for you today for this new story time video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, leave a like on the video and also subscribe. Anyways, thanks for watching. And also, actually, you know what? I got a mini one right now. Whoever left this dollar in the toilet in 9th grade, go fuck yourself. I would like to give a thanks to the patron Zombie Fox. Thank you for giving me money.